How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be debuting 3 more future stars. I'm going to be using Jorge Mateo, Alex Kirilloff, as well as Kyle Wright. I matched up with a couple really good opponents in this event, a couple guys that had some really good records, and now I'm starting to try out some of these future stars. I've been completing Showdown multiple times in order to get these cards. I've tried out a few of them already in the event as I debuted 10 brand new future stars for my team. 9 of those were the brand new future stars, and then 1 of them was Alex Reyes, who is already released into the game. So what we're going to do is go ahead and use a couple different cards in this one and some of the same cards that we've already tried out. If you haven't seen that other gameplay video, I'll go ahead and link that in the description as well as pin it in the comment section. But first at bat with Jorge Mateo, I got a little over aggressive, swung at the first pitch. That was a slider, a hanging slider on the inside corner. That's something I'm looking to pull, but he doesn't have the best hitting stats against righties, so we will try and get a couple at bats against the lefty with him in this video. But Nolan Gorman, I think, is one of the best future stars cards. I think Jazz Chisholm has been the best one for me personally, but I think the Nolan Gorman is the best all-around card that we will see the most often. Anyway, that opponent quit. If you noticed, I was the away team, and the opponent picked Ship It Field. So I did see in the comment section, I have seen a few times where people are getting annoyed with me playing at Ship It Field. I'm thinking about moving to play some of my games at Laughing Mountain Stadium. It's another really good stadium. That's also a minor league field in MLB The Show, and I used to play a lot of games at that field in previous years. But for the most part, I mean, I play a lot of away games as well. I'm not one of those people that only will play home games where you can kind of match up if there is a little bit of a lag in the home game menu when you're setting your lineup, picking your pitcher, things like that. If there is a little bit of an input lag, then you are the away team. I don't really mind. I just pick my guy and I go into the game. So I like to mix it up. I like to play Ship It as my home field, but I'll also mix that up a little bit as well. I have seen that feedback, but for the most part, I'm trying out this Kyle Wright. I wanted to show you all a mix of his pitches. He is pretty good. One of the better future star pitchers, in my opinion, because he does have the 5-pitch repertoire. He has 90 hits and Ks per 9. He has in that range. He also has 90-something velocity. We'll get the sinker up to 94, 96 if you throw it up in the zone. Then he also throws 97, 98 with the 4-seam fastball, so that's really nice as well. But we have Jorge Mateo up at the plate once again. I tried to be a little bit more selective in this at-bat as I popped up the very first pitch last time. Took the very first 2 pitches of that at-bat, and they were both strikes. So 0-2, we go down and get that changeup, hit it the other way. Definitely a solid hit. He has 99 speed, so I'm definitely looking to take the extra base. Now we have Nolan Gorman up at the plate with a runner in scoring position. Stole that base very easily with 99 speed. I thought about trying to go for third base, but with already 1 down in the inning, he's in scoring position. I just thought about stealing to try and test out his speed for this video. I rarely ever steal third base, if at all, and that's just something that I try to do when I get fast runners for a video. Anyway, Taylor Trammell is knocking one into the gap. First base hit against the lefty for me with that card. I just got off to a little bit of a slow start with that dude as he's batting in the 200s, low 200s for me. Here, Alex Kirilloff's making his debut after Vidal Brujan drew a walk. So I decided to take second base as well. He draws a walk. That's as good as a double pretty much. He has 95 speed with the great stealing attribute. Now we have 2 runners in scoring position. I'm going to take you through more of a couple at-bats here. I'm trying to show you all how I'm trying to be selective at the plate. I don't care if there's a pitch right there, low and inside. I'm going to take it. If I'm not ready for it, I'm going to try and take it. If I'm locked in at the plate, seeing the ball well, then I'll be able to make that adjustment and try and look for pitches over the middle. I don't mind hitting with 2 strikes in the sense I feel like I can battle up there, foul some pitches off, and look for my pitch to drive. And I was able to with Alex Kirilloff in his very first at-bat. He didn't get an at-bat in the first game because the opponent quit out too early. Alec Thomas, though, batting in the 8 spot, hits a base hit, wasn't able to score the run, and then the pitcher spot was up, ended up grounding out to the shortstop with Kyle Wright. He is in to pitch for the 2nd inning of work. Only has 19 pitches thrown, gets Joey Gallo to pop that one up to Vidal Brujan playing center field in his secondary position. That card has 95 speed. Even with gold fielding out there, he's going to have a lot of range and is a very good budget utility player for you because he also has that switch hitting ability. That card has been heavily underrated. I feel like he has a lot more pop than his attributes say, and we'll go ahead and hop into another event gameplay right here. Jorge Mateo leading this one off. Actually one down already. Second batter of the game. Draws a walk. So 99 speed on first once again. And that walk is pretty much as good as a double. This guy has a very slow motion to the plate. Bryce Wilson, this is the prospect for the Braves. I believe it's the gold one. And we were able to swipe second, but unable to capitalize and get the run in. We have Nick Lodolo on the mound. This Future Stars pitcher is probably the best lefty there is in the entire Future Stars program for Team Affinity Stage 2. This card is unbelievable. He has a really nice repertoire. His sinker has a lot of movement, and he has a really slow changeup and slider. So it kind of reminds me of Chris Sale, who has a little bit of a less deceptive motion. This Nick Lodolo doesn't nearly have the same motion as Chris Sale. I would say Chris Sale has that advantage in that category, but every other aspect, I would say Nick Lodolo takes the cake, as the fact that he has really good pitches with a lot of movement, and kind of reminds me of a better Chris Sale in terms of attributes, without as much control, of course. But anyway, in this game specifically, got it off to a little bit of a slow start here. No runs scored yet. We get lucky there as his outfielder misses the ball in right field. Carlos Santana moves up to second. They ruled that as a single and an error. I'm not quite sure, but Alec Thomas is coming up to the plate, though, with a chance to score that run. And this card is really good against right-handed pitching. I mean, he has 100-something contact, 80 power, actually 75 power with 90-something vision. And that's really good. He has a really good swing, a nice one-handed swing, kind of similar to what you would see with Tony Gwynn type of card, and a really nice load. Anyway, the opponent is able to score a run right back. I hung a changeup over the middle of the plate, and for a player that was late on the fastball for the most part, I threw a changeup right there, and he capitalized. Julio Rodriguez hits it out for a home run, but we are able to get out of the inning with the game tied at 1. So these are 6-inning event games. I know that these opponents have quit early on so far, but I think that there's a lot of time left. I mean, I didn't really get off to a good start in this game. It's a 1-1 ball game, so I don't expect the opponent to quit at this point, even if I was to go up one more run or anything like that. But for the most part, I mean, 6-inning games, there are plenty outs to work with in order to make a comeback. I'm trying to get a better pitch to hit against a righty with Jorge Mateo. I just chased that one, hit it to the second baseman. I wanted to check to see what his confidence was like at this point. I've been able to pretty much bail him out, get a lot of easy outs. We saw 29 pitches, and finally we square one up. Nolan Gorman smacks it out for a no-doubt solo shot, and the opponent quit out again. We smacked that one into the pool. He's out of there. Let's go ahead and get into one more event gameplay. We are going up against some future star cards. So I mixed up the lineup a little bit. I actually forfeited that last run. I was having a tough time joining a game, finding an opponent. So I figured I would just forfeit that last run, hop into this team, or hop into this event with a little bit of a different lineup. Pretty much the same team, but that would also give me an option to use Kyle Wright again, some of these guys that I've already debuted or tried out in this video, but I wanted to get them back on the hill with full stamina. So I just forfeited the run, started up a new one, and everybody was well rested. So I figured that would be a nice way. And also, if you lose the first game of this run, then you might match up with another opponent that also has a loss. So even if you lose, you might want to still stick it out. Might be a quick way to win games in this event if you're still going for those cumulative rewards. Anyway, we are facing Wander Franco. I went with 3 fastballs up in the zone. He was late on the first 2. He was all over that third one. And Wander Franco drives in the first run of this game. Top of the first inning, it's only 1 run. I expect to hit. If I don't score a run, then I deserve to lose the game. That's for sure. And you're never really going to win any games if you don't score anyway. But we get the leadoff guy on. Jazz Chisholm is knocking a base hit. Perfect. Outside the strike zone the other way on a slider, I believe. But now we're facing Mackenzie Gore in this game. A lefty that I don't really see that often. Fidel Brujan is taking him deep. And that card against lefties, I have only a few at-bats with him against left-handed pitchers, and he has 2 home runs. That card I feel like plays way above his attributes, and he has to be one of the most underrated cards. I mean, at this point, people probably know how good that card is. But since we got to quit really early on in that last one, I figured I would include one more event gameplay. If you notice, I'm using a little bit of a different team. This was a prior run to unlocking a few of these brand new cards that I got. But I did get some production from a few different future stars in this gameplay. There, Trammell is hitting his first home run for the team. That was a no-doubter to start the game off. The opponent hit a 3-run shot with Michael Conforto, the Team Affinity future or face of the franchise. And then Carlos Santana, face of the franchise, goes deep off Sean Gilmartin. Later in the game, Jazz Chisholm smacks one off the wall against a right-handed, actually that was a left-handed common pitcher, David Peterson. Never really heard of that card. But that opponent also ended up quitting while he was up to bat. So that was kind of interesting. He had a pretty good record. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the Future Star gameplay. Peace out.